Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, December 15th, 2020. We are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street, and therefore the closing price to be the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions from. So thank you for coming today. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good trading day. Hope you're following your rules, following your process, and I do appreciate you being here, and I hope by coming here, spending time, investing time in this channel, that it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow, we had a big rally after the Federal Reserve announcement. The Dow is currently up 97 points, up 0.27%. The S&P up the NASDAQ up 72, up 0.47%, and the S&P up 20, up 0.44%. So yep, we had the Fed announcement. Market initially went down, then reversed back up. So be interesting to see how we close today. So here's the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them moving forward. After that, I had a couple day trades earlier in the day that I will share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important part of your trading plan really is your psychology, the ability to create a plan and then to follow your plan. So we'll spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements before I look to make any new trade, and those are the following. 1, I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1 based upon the support below me and resistance above me. And then number 3, I need a complete trading plan regardless of the approach that I'm using. And for me, that includes the following. 1, position size based upon the market's current volatility. 2, know your maximum allowed dollar loss per trade. Number 3, know where your emergency stop is. Number 4, know where your end of day stop is. Number 5, know where significant overhead resistance levels are. Number 6, know where your intraday profit targets are. And number 7, have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you do have a profitable trade, you don't give it all back. All right, so as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through, try to narrow the candidates down to the very best one. I will purchase, if I find something, I will purchase it right before the market closes. And then after the market closes, if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. If you need a clarification on anything, I'm happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at, please put them in the live stream, and I will do my very, very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please just wait till the close of the market before telling me about them. So I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get those updated. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. Paxton. Buddy, I was going to say, but it's good to see you here, Paxton. A sad day for Paxton. Paxton and Tracy Tracy lost her mother earlier this morning. Very, very sorry to hear that. And I'm sure everyone out there is sending their condolences. Paxton, tough day for Tracy. Please give her my best if you can. And Paxton says, hello, everyone. I just wanted to thank you all for your support and prayers through this trying time. Tracy and I appreciate every one of you, and appreciate you, Paxton, for being here, bud. Really, really do. Lova says, thank you, Paxton and Tracy, or thinking of you, Paxton and Tracy. Thank you, Lova. Appreciate you being here. Kamal, good to see you, Kamal. Appreciate Kamal and Lova for everything that they do for this channel. And yeah, sad day, Paxton, and I hope you get through it all okay. Yeah, it's really sad. That's really sad. Okay. Wiener Dog says, so very sorry, Tracy and Paxton. Yep, I completely agree. Benny Peter says, hello, Greg and all. Started your Udemy trading, loving it so far. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Very, very glad to hear that, Benny. Appreciate that. If you have any questions, please let me know, okay? If you have any questions on the course. So, all right, well, let's get started and take a look here. The Dow, Ava, Lova, dynamic duo, Karen and I did buy the Dow with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Benny, this is what I was teaching you in the course. We had a nice rejection of the 200-day moving average. We did move up to our 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, take profits along the way. Looking for a close below the previous day's low. That happened here at about 357.02. It is up 0.43% on the day, and it is also up 3.33% on the trade. SPY, overnight SPY trade. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the very, very next morning. I've been doing this for years. I did buy it yesterday at the open, at the close at 463.36 and sold it at 463.47 for a small gain overnight. I'll be buying that again today at the close. THC, Karen, Ava, dynamic duo, Lova, and I did buy THC with this higher low V1 520 crossover. Bought this at 75.88. It's 78.01. It's up 2.29% today just alone. And on the trade, up 2.7%. So far, so good. And one profit target at 77.48. Amazon. I did buy Amazon yesterday with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 33.83.20. Currently, it's 34.01.65. So nice big move. A reversal on Amazon. It was way low, and now we've gone positive, which is great. So up on the day and up on the trade. Let me switch to back to Amazon on the 5-minute chart. I did have a trade on Amazon earlier in the day. Here we go. Was an under 30, over 30. I bought here at 331.80. Next bar moved up. I sold half at 33.42.30. 4 or 5 bars later, we had a close below halfway the washout bar. I got out at 33.22.60. So the gain on the upside equal to the loss on the downside. So basically a break-even trade. That's about all there was on that one. Nothing to write home about. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So my end of day stops a close below the 200-day moving average. And then Apple, I did have a trade on Apple earlier in the day. Believe this was a short trade. Yeah, here we go. And if Ava is out there, I don't know if Ava and I were discussing this earlier. We had this big down bar here. We rallied back to halfway, but when you rally back to halfway, you need an entry point. This was my short. V1 to the downside, loss of the 50 RSI at 50-day moving average. I shorted at 174.11. I covered on a big down bar, 173.48. Covered another big down bar, 173. 173.32, and then I got out of the rest of the trade at 173.03. So I shorted at 174.11, covered at 173.48, covered at 173.32, and at 173.03. So that was it. It went a lot further down after that, but I'm okay with the trade. It was a good trade. And let's see here. Johnson here. My prayers, Paxton and Tracy. Yep, I agree. It's nice to see you, Johnson. Frank says, deepest sympathies to Tracy and Paxton. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate that. I'm sure that means a lot to him. And thank you for everything you do for this channel. Steve Burns, another person I need to thank for everything that he does for this channel as well. Good to see you, Steve. And Steve says, best wishes, Paxton. Oh, there's Tracy. Hi, Trace. Thank you all. I feel so much love from all of you, and consider every one of you a friend. Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. Yeah, and our hearts really go out to you today, and thanks for being here on a day like today. Steve says, Greg, was that an intraday under 30, over 30 on AGQ today, or a bounce? Let's take a look at AGQ on the daily. Yeah, let's see. Looks like it's under 30, over 30, Steve. It looks like it got down to 28.70 at the low. So 28.70, so an under 30, over 30, and almost a V1 as well. Okay. Give me 1 second if you don't mind. Take care of a little biz over here, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, there we go. Done and done. All right, Steve says, thanks, Greg. You are certainly welcome, my friend. Okay, well, let's head on over and let's take a look at your trade, shall we? My students' trades. PayPal. I have Jonathan still in PayPal with this under 30, over 30 after sideways motion, which was nice, 185.05. It's 188.68, so it is up 1.02% on the day, and it looks like on the trade up 1.99%, so pretty nice there. Shopify had a big reversal here for Kamal. Glad to see that. Kamal bought this yesterday with the rejection of the 250 at 13.45 even. It's 13.48, so it is up on the day. Down on the day, but it is up on the trade still for Kamal. STLD, we have Dynamic Duo. They bought Steel Dynamics with this intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 59.84. It's 57.98. It's down 5.54% today on the day, and also down on the trade. Facebook having a nice day here for Steve, Karen, and Ava. Ava bought it at 332. Couple different entries, I believe. One of them was here at 332 and one was 337. Looks like everyone is in the money. So that's fantastic. Up on the day and up on the trade. MSTR having a big reversal day here for Lova, under 30, over 30. Bought at 597.27. It's 591.37. It's up 1.89% today. Still a little down on the trade, but up on the day. AGQ. Ava and Lova bought AGQ at 32.54. It's 30.88. It is down on the day and it is down on the trade, but it did reject the 30 RSI as we mentioned earlier. IPG, Dynamic Duo, really nice trade all the way back here on the 30th, under 30, over 30. Deep dip buy about at 33.81. It's 36.22. It's down 1.2% today, but up on the trade 8.42%. Wow. Lots of flashing lights here. Cube, we have Lova bought Cube back here on the 13th at 54.91. It's currently 54.85. It's up 1.29% today, but still slightly down on the trade. Berkshire Hathaway, Ava, really nice trade with an under over 200 at 277.50. It's 294.07, down 0.37% on the day, but on the trade up 5.66%. So that is fantastic. Goldman Sachs, we have David in Goldman Sachs. I believe, no, I think David's out. Maybe there's a weekly trade going on here as well. David, if you don't mind, I think I asked you yesterday, but I forgot. Boeing, Kamal bought Boeing back here on the 2nd at 194 even. It's currently 194.57, so it is down on the day, but still slightly up on the trade. FCX, we have Ava that bought the 520 crossover at 38.74. It's currently 36.98, so it is down on the day and down on the trade. And then lastly, we have ANET. Ava, wonderful trade here. 520 crossover, bought at 125.50. It's 137.50. It's up 4.87% today, and on the trade, Ava is up 8.6%. So proud of Ava. That is just fantastic. Amazon is up 46 points at this point. Wow, what a rally. And we just hit the profit target there as well. So take a little offer. Oops. Come on now. Don't do this to me. Okay, I'm just going to have to let it go. I'm just going to have to let it go. Dow Jones did hit a profit target here as well, so it took a little off there. THC, we got the profit target there too. And Amazon, I'm not giving up on it. There we go. Did hit the profit there on Amazon, which is nice. All right. All right. George says, my prayers for you. Thank you. Hi, Ava. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Frank has a poem for us. Let's read the poem, shall we? Let me paste it over here so I can come back later. All right, here we go. Stocks can be a show, not just a chart, an adventurous maze through the light and the dark. The market speaks and we carefully hark. Are the trading waters safe or just filled with sharks? Ooh, good one. Stocks can be a show, not just a chart, an adventure maze through the light and the dark. The market speaks and we carefully hark. Are the trading waters safe or filled with sharks? Boy, that's just perfect, Frank. Thank you so much. What a great poem. What an interesting day today in the markets. My gosh, the Dow now up 296 points, NASDAQ up 247 points, and the S&P up 58 points. So huge, big reversal here. Unbelievable. But those are the kind of things that happen with Fed announcements, or important Fed announcements like this one. All right. If anyone has any questions at the moment, or if there's any stocks you would like me to look at, get my opinion on, this would probably be a really good time to do that. I have about 10 minutes before I get into trader psychology. We were a little quick here today, or I guess I was a little quick here today. Paxton says, you blow my mind, Frank. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Frank. Fantastic poem. So yeah, everything's just cranking on up here. Again, Dow Jones, nice day up, one profit target. SPY be closing or buying that at the close. THC, really nice day today. Really nice day. It's zeroing in on that second profit target up at 78.70. Hope we can hit that. Let me make sure. Yeah. Oh. THC. Okay. Okay. What's that at? 78.70. Limit 78.70. Okay. Boy, yeah, there we go. That was it. So 2 profit targets there, which is fantastic. And then Amazon, doing good. Yeah, that's THC. All right, so we'll put those guys over there. I think that's it. Lilia says, hi Lilia, good to see you, my friend. Hope you and the bunny and the dogs are all doing well. Yeah, ANET, unbelievable, huge day. Congratulations, Ava. All right. Steve Burns says QQQ's near a 520 crossover. Yeah, looks like we have it, at least on my charts here, Steve. We do have the 520 crossover. Let me go ahead and put that on the list because that is a valid crossover for sure. Okay. All right, and then let me put that down on the list like so. We have a lot to choose from today. All right, so no questions. Oh, Steve does have a question. Did ARK have it under 30 over 30? Let's take a look at ARK. ARKK. Let's do a test, Steve, and see. $28.41 was the low, Steve. So yes, it did go under 30 and back over 30 on ARK, plus a V1 and a higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar as well. So hope that helps out. Okay. Well, listen, we're about halftime of the show. We are going to be looking for end of day trades as we get closer to the close. But before we do, I just want to take a few minutes, get away from the charts for a second, talk about trading psychology and how important it is to be able to create a plan and follow the plan. I have my favorite Facebook, I have my favorite Twitter channels out there that I like to follow, and this is one of my favorite ones, Trading Composure. I quote from Trading Composure all the time, you know that. You can follow him at Trading Composure over on Twitter, and do yourself a favor. It's a great channel. He really gets into the nuances of trading psychology and how important it is to manage your trades correctly, position size, all the things we talk about. But let's see what Trading Composure has to say today. As a trader, it is very important that you learn to be okay with your entry and exit decisions. You are rarely going to catch the exact top or bottom. As long as you have a plan and you followed it, that's all that matters. Focus on consistency, not perfection. I love that last line. Focus on consistency, not perfection. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to get the top of the market. You're never going to buy the bottom of the market. You know, Larry Williams, I studied with Larry Williams, and he told me in all the years I've been trading, 35 years, something like that, he says, I bought the bottom of the market one time. Kind of puts it into perspective, right? But let's read it again. As a trader, it is very important that you learn to be okay with your entry and exit decisions. You are rarely going to catch the exact top or bottom. As long as you have a plan and have followed it, that's all that matters. Focus on consistency, not perfection. And you know, I teach trading, as you know, and I do get that from some students. Oh, but I didn't get the top, and oh, I didn't get the bottom. And I just kind of chuckle and laugh because I don't even think that way. I'm just happy to get the meat in the middle. I'm just happy to have followed my plan and process. That's more important to me and more satisfying to me than whether I get the top or the bottom. So I think that's an important quote. I'll read it one more time. As a trader, it is very important that you learn to be okay with your entry and exit decisions. You are rarely going to catch the exact top or bottom. As long as you have a plan and you followed it, that's all that matters. That's so true. Focus on consistency, not perfection. Good stuff, right? Thank you, Trading Composure. Appreciate that. That's helpful for me. Hope it's helpful for you to know that, you know, you're never going to be perfect. Just follow your plan, get the meat in the middle on the trade, and you should be just fine. So thank you, Trading Composure. Frank says, I did take a discretionary trade on TEL at 279. Oh, the old TEL. Let's see. What did we get it at? 279. Well, that's good. You nailed that one, Frank. Let's put that on there. 279. Way down here at the bottom. My gosh, what an entry. And it's making a new high. Fantastic. All right, so let's save that there. Steve Burns says, Sports Break, Steph Curry beat the all-time career three-pointers in history this week at 2,977. Yep. He overtook Ray Allen, I believe it was. I was watching the highlights last night. I really like Steph Curry. And thank you for that, Steve. And congratulations, Steph Curry, if you're out there. All right, so before we start looking new stuff, one quick check on current stuff. And Dow Jones doing really, really well. One profit target today, maybe zeroing in on the second one, who knows. SPY, little overnight SPY gain, nothing to write home about, but I will be buying this today at the close as usual. THC has been a great trade so far, just an absolute beautiful trade. And then Amazon, nice trade here too. We did reject the 50 SMA, doesn't really matter because this is an under 200, over 200 one profit target, and grateful for that. Okay. Dow up 359 now. Wow. Okie doke. Johnson says Teladoc gave a V1 and under over 30. Let's take a look. For sure, it is a V1. Here is day one. Here is day two. Day two washes out day one. Looks like it's above day one's close. 92.17 or 92.40. So yes, it is a high. More importantly, it's a higher low under 30, over 30, and a V1. This low is higher than this low over here. Looks like MACD crossed over. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly still rejected the negative third ATR channel above. I don't love that, to be honest with you, but from a good risk to reward ratio here on Teladoc, and yep, good analysis there, Jonathan D, a wee bit late. Evening all. Good to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's well over there in Ireland and that you're having a nice evening. Just give me a second here. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All green on the day. All trades green. So can't ask for more than that. Ava says, interesting. I bought TEL today. Higher low V2, almost like Frank's TEL. Oh, TEL. Another TEL. Coincidence or not? Oh, you bought the V2. When it triggered, Ava, you bought the V2. Very, very nice. Fantastic. Glad to see MSTR up for Lava now. Glad you followed your plan, Lava. I think you did anyway. I think you kept up with your plan, so that's fantastic. All right, so there's a ton of snow here today. Boy, let me tell you what we got dumped on. And speaking of that, give me about 25 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, here we go. Frank says we may be in sync, Ava. You two definitely seem in sync. All right. Here we go on Google. Well, I did like Google when it was down near the 100-day moving average. I was considering buying it down there, but this was before the big rocket ship up. You can see in the past, we have respected the 100-day moving average nicely. And again, it did reject it. It tested it yesterday, came back down, tested it. That would have been a great intraday trade there for support. I didn't get it, but I don't see anything on Google that I would like today. The Qs. As Steve discussed, there is a 520 crossover on the Qs. This is a good back-tested approach to trading. Doesn't mean every single crossover is going to work. It's a little bit extended for my taste when it comes to buying crossovers. I prefer there to be sideways motion. This had a big down bar, big up bar. The way that I look at this is there's a lot of profit to be had from the people that bought here and here already. Doesn't mean it can't be going up. I mean, it may break out to new highs and continue high. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is pretty good. It's holding the 1 ATR channel. It is holding the 5 EMA, so that looks good. But this is definitely a legitimate entry with a 520 crossover. FRSH, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, over the 5 EMA as well. Let's look at the weekly. I think I'm just going to get away from Freshworks because there's not enough indicators on the weekly for me to make a decision. Although just from a price standpoint, there is a V1 here on the weekly, which is good. But this is legitimate, under 30, over 30, false breakout to the downside. Under the negative third, over the negative third, and it's nice that it looks like at the moment anyway that we may be closing above the 5 EMA. It's been a long time since we've closed above the 5 EMA, and if this is the case where you see something not able to close above a moving average and then it finally does, that may be a sign of something that something has changed. And of course, this is a nice false breakout to the downside and a V1 as well. It's 36.63, probably a little too chasey for me though at the moment. TSM under 200, over 200. It's too chasey for me. This may just continue up here, but this is too far extended from the 200-day moving average for my taste, so I'm going to let that one go. ASAN, under 30, over 30. We're finding resistance at the 200-day moving average right now. Let's check the weekly. Weekly is holding the 50-week moving average, so I like the confluence of signals there on ASAN, but I'm a little concerned that we're right up against the 200-day moving average. Probably I would need this to get above the 200-day moving average for me to be interested. AMC was another one that I was looking at. I liked it because we went under 30, over 30 yesterday. We came back down today, retested that -1 ATR channel, retested the halfway mark. That's really where I wanted to buy it. I think other than that, I am going to pass on that trade. All right, we have MQ Marquette, under 30, over 30. Let me double check that. Bounced right at the 30. I would prefer that it went under and over. IP, double bottom bullish divergence. Here's the low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied into some green. We came back. We tested the low. No red bars to be seen. What this means is this sell-off here ran out of sellers by virtue that there was no momentum to the downside. It's a false breakout to the downside. It's a V1 back in the value zone. My stop, if I took this trade, would be halfway of the washout bar. Today would be the washout bar. Let's check the weekly, so see what the weekly. Yeah, weekly's pretty good. Rejection of the -3 ATR channel. So that's one of my favorite ones right there at the moment. NVAX, nice higher low V2. We were closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We pulled back. We retested the -1 ATR channel. We have formed a V2. Here is day 1. Here is day 2. Here is day 3. 2 washed out day 1. 3 closed above day 1's close. We are above the 50 RSI, which looks good. If we look at the weekly, I don't like as much. We have resistance of the 50 RSI very close. We have the big down bar. So for that, I am going to put that away. KDP, earlier in the day, it had a nice higher low V2, but this was before all the action. This is too extended for me at this point. CBOE, we have a higher low V1. It's a fairly decent location here. False breakout to the downside over here and the V1. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is neutral in the value zone. It's just fine. And then Dash, let's see on Dash here. 29.75. So we do have an under 30, over 30 false breakout to the downside and a V1. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's holding the -1 ATR channel. So at the moment, my three favorites are going to be IP, CBOE, and Dash. The Qs are good as well. I already do have a position in Amazon, so I don't want to get too highly correlated in one particular industry as in tech. So I think I'm just going to stick with my Amazon trade. Let's see, 284, 427, let's see, 9, 119. All right. And I probably should mention AGQ again with the under 30. Let me just double check on this. Yeah, under 30, over 30 false breakouts to the downside, V1. I'm also going to put AGQ on my list as well. So we've got IP, we've got CBOE, CBOE. Yeah, double that one up. We have Dash. And then let me move this on over here. Give ourselves a little bit more room with AGQ. Okay. Okie dokie. So current positions, Dow Jones doing fine. Nothing I have to do there. SPY, buying SPY at the close as usual. THC has been a great day. 2 profit targets. Really nice trade here on THC. Amazon up 64 points. Oh, just missed my profit target. 34.66.63, 34.66. Okay. All right, that all looks good. That all looks fabulous. Paxton says we got dumped on for sure with the snow. That's what he's talking about. We sure did. There's Kamal. BA has a setup you will like. Really? Let me take a look. We're working on a double bottom bullish divergence. It looks like there's a higher low V1 right here off of the bounce of the -2 ATR channel, but I would prefer it, this Kamal, if it was closer to the -3rd ATR channel, as we've discussed, or if it triggered a V1 or V2 back in the value zone. So yes, it's a higher low V1 right here. I think I'm going to stay away from this. I'm going to see if we can double test the bottom here with the double bottom bullish divergence, see if I can get an under 30, over 30. I think that would be my plan. Lova says, the rules gave me a very good lesson. I'm happy to take the loss on MSTR. Oh, did you take a loss? Hey, David, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. David says, very sorry to hear about Tracy's mom. My condolences to Tracy and Paxton. Yes, thank you very much, David. I'm sure they appreciate that. Jonathan wants to look at Caterpillar. Yes. Yes, it is a higher low V1. We closed below the value zone. We came into the value zone. We pulled on back. We had a V1 here. So yeah, pretty good. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly looks fairly good. Caterpillar does look good with a higher low V1 here. I'm a little concerned that it's not up very much on a day like today. That would be my one concern. And Wiener Dog Trading says, Greg, what about volume CBOE? Okay, let's look. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you are right. You know what? Let me take a look though, Karen. And Karen, I hope you're feeling better today. I know Karen's a little under the weather. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I hope you get feeling better. CBOE, yeah, let's take CBOE out of the equation. I didn't even look at that. That is on me. And thank you, Karen, for backing me up there. It's only 269,000 shares. There's 17-cent spread. I think I'm going to let that one go. Thanks to Karen. Thank you, Karen. Good point. Really good point. So that brings us down to international paper, double bottom, bullish divergence, V1, back in the value zone, bullish engulfing bar. It looks like MACD is green. Weekly, nice confluence of support at the negative third ATR channel and the 100-day moving average. So I do quite like IP, dash, under 30, over 30, false breakout to the downside. If we look at the weekly, support at the negative 1 ATR channel. So yeah, I still stand by that. And then AGQ, let's see, back here at, it is a false breakout to the downside. It's a V1. Bullish engulfing bar. Yeah, yep. I don't like the weekly as much on an AGQ. Yeah, okay, so I am going to narrow this down to IP. Positive is on the weeks. Nice V1, nice rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel and a V1. Very up today, strong, a little extended, but it comes off the double bottom bullish divergence. And then dash, not as strong. Yeah, I'm going to go with IP today. That's going to be my trade today is IP. Okay. Oh, Lova, you stopped out of MSTR. Okay, well, good. Look, you followed your plan. That's what's important. We didn't know that we were going to have this reaction, but you followed your plan. I'm proud of you. I think everyone else should be proud of you. And you'll get them on the next one. George says, and 3M, similar to CAT. I haven't looked at 3M for a long time. I don't think, George, that 3M washed out yesterday's low by a quarter ATR. Here's day one, here's day two. Two has to wash out the low and then close back above. This did this, but I don't think that it didn't wash out day one's low enough. Let's take a look back at Caterpillar. Caterpillar definitely had the washout. So I prefer Caterpillar over the other, to be honest with you. So again, I'm going to be buying IP here today. I'm hoping for a little bit of a pullback. Not sure I'm going to get it, but I do like the double bottom, bullish divergence, false breakout to the downside, V1 closed back up in the value zone, and MACD is positive. So that is my thinking there. THC's doing fantastic. Nothing I have to change. And then Amazon doing great, kind of trying to get into that last profit target at 34.66.63. AVTR. It's a higher low V1, higher low V2 with the 520 crossover. Let me see if I can back test AVTR, Paxton. AVTR. Nope, that one it's not available for me to backtest. I don't know if anyone else could backtest that, but it is a nice confluence of signals. The risk to reward ratio is a little iffy to me. It's all the way back down here if you're using the V2. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's fine, sideways motion. It could break out. It definitely could break out, and that could be the trigger. But good analysis, higher low V2, 520 crossover. So for me, just waiting here on international paper till the close. We have about 7 minutes till the close. All right, Steve has made his move. He is long the Qs with the 520 crossover. Also AGQ and ARC. So Steve is long the Qs, he's long AGQ, and he's long ARC. Steve says, what AVTR signal? I believe that was the 520 crossover, Steve. Oh, Steve says he knows that AVTR, the 520 crossover, does backtest well, Paxton. So that's good to know. Thank you, Steve. And again, Steve did go long the Qs. He went long AGQ, and he went long ARC as well. So I'm just hanging out here waiting for IP to close. Y51, okay. All right, we have 5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes to go today. David says, Greg, I'm out of Goldman Sachs. Okay. All right. So I'll take David off of Goldman Sachs. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy IP. All right, so that's taken care of. I did buy IP. $13.51. 51. Okay. IP. All right. That all looks good. Two minutes to go. And I will be buying the SPY as well, of course. All right, so that's all good. All right, 1 minute to go, everybody. Dow up 375. Wow. Wowzers, Batman. All right, 30 seconds and counting. Right, that looks like it for the day. Okay, let's take a look and see where I bought my stuff here. All right, overnight SPY trade at 470.60. IP at 46.20. All right, so IP is my new addition today at 46.20. 46.20. And then overnight SPY trade at 470.60. Not such a great fill there. 470.60. All right. think that's it. I think that's it. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries they would like me to update on the board today, this would be the time to do it. Go ahead, put them in the live stream. I'll get them updated momentarily. Just want to remind everybody that I do offer private one-on-one teaching and coaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm a good teacher. I've been teaching this class for years. I teach you all 5 of the different approaches that I use each day. I teach you step by step so you really know how to use it, and I test you during the lessons. I test you. Boy, do I test you. The course costs $1,750, but it's worth every penny. You will develop a skill that you can use the rest of your life, and like I said, it's worth every penny. So if you're interested, please send me an email. Email's in the link of this YouTube description. All you have to do is send me the email, say, hey Greg, how's it going? Potentially interested in taking your course. I will say that's fantastic. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. It is not a sales call. I just want to learn about you and your trading, your challenges, your trading goals. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the podcast. About the course, if you have any particular questions. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. I won't call you back. You have to email me back. And if one day you wake up and you say, okay, today's the day, just email me back. We'll get the lesson set up and you're going to learn a lot. And I promise you, you're going to be glad that you did. And I bring 110% to every lesson. It's very important to me that my students succeed. Secondly, if you like online courses, I do have an online course available at udemy.com. The link is in the description of this YouTube video. I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. It's a great strategy. You can see some of my trades here today. Dow, Amazon, IP today. All use the deep dip buy strategy. I teach you step by step how to in the videos how to trade it. There's 9.5 hours total of video. There are 26 videos total, and there's 15 study guides. So do yourself a favor. Click on the Udemy link, take the course. It's only somewhere between like $12 and $15. It's like the best value ever. And as I was mentioning earlier, if you have any questions while you're taking the course, just drop in here on the live stream and we'll go through it and we'll answer your questions. All right. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. And so if you did like today's podcast and found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Okay, so let's head on over, see what everybody did. Steve, along the queues. Q. And Steve is long at 395.32. Oh, nice catch, Steve. 395.32. And that is Steve with the 520 crossover. Okay. AGQ. Steve is long at, guess we'll have to do this down here, 31.36. Okay. And he's also long ARK. ARKK, and he's also long ARK at 31.36. No, 95.67. 95.67. All right, Steve, we got that taken care of. Frank is an IP. All right. Roku. For Kamal at 192. Oh, beautiful trade, Kamal. Double bottom, bullish divergence. I like that one. I like that one. I might have taken that one. Okay. And out of shop. Where did our shop go? Where's the shop? Okay. Oh, I see what you did there, Kamal. Okay. Gotcha. You got out of Boeing and re-entered Boeing at 194. All right. So we'll boom over here. Boom with that. Bring this over here. And 194. Okay, I've got that. Wiener Dog Trading is in AGQ. Okay. In ARC. And a half IP. Okay. Lova is out of MSTR. I took that one off. Out of Amazon. Okay. Good trade there, bud. Converted to a day trade was huge. Great. IP. Also stopped out at AGQ, but got back in. All right. So what I'm going to do, well, I'll leave that there then. And Ava's here too as well, right? Yeah, Ava is there. Okay. Ava is out of FCX. Jonathan is out of FCX. Do I have you in here? Don't have you in there, but you're out. Okay. And IP. Paxton is an ATVR. ATVR. Is it? What's the symbol again? AVTR isn't pulling up. ATVR. ARTV maybe? All right, let me go back up here. AVTR, AVTR. AV. Oh, okay, yeah. AVTR. There we go. It's AVTR, not the other way around. All right. And Paxton got in there. All right. And that's the dynamic duo. In IP. Out of STLD. Yeah, that one's a bummer. out of a half IPG. Jonathan says, I'm giggling every time you say IP. How come? Like a IPA kind of a thing? Is it an inside joke I'm not aware of? Oh, pfft. Okay. I got you. I got you, Jonathan. I'll laugh along with you there. That's funny. All right, well, what's happening after hours here? Apple's up a little bit. Amazon's up just a little bit. Everything seems to be up just a smidge. All right. All right, everybody. So if you have any other comments or questions, anything I can help you with, go ahead, put it in the live stream now. I'd like to read this before we get to that. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is from Martin Kornfeld. Something I try to do every day. Go out and try to do something nice for somebody each day. What is it going to hurt? It can only be a good thing. Try to go out. If you come across an animal, try to do something nice for the animal. It really would make the world a better place. So won't go on and on about it today, but just try to do one random act of kindness daily. It really would make our little world a better place. Okay. Wow, quite the turnaround. I have to say, quite the turnaround today after the Fed announcement. Okay, everybody. Well, I think that's it. Hope to see you tomorrow, Thursday. We'll see what tomorrow brings with this crazy market. I appreciate you being here. If you could remember to hit the thumbs up button before you leave, I would really appreciate that. But have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, drive safe. Tracy Paxton, so sorry to hear about your mother, Tracy. And my condolences to both of you, and appreciate you being here today. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, and that you find some peace and acceptance with that, and remember all the good times. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great day, traders. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate that, bud. So, all right, that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. Take care. On the way out, have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. And thank you, Karen. Get feeling better as well. Thanks. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation, and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor, or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.